coming your way with election focusing on the 2024 general elections. And per your time, looking at what is already 5:15, which means that elections or voting is over all over the police stations across the country, and we are once again seated to climax this part of the, or should I say the part one of it?
Probably.
Yeah, of the countdown. Then we are heading towards or into the tension-based aspect, because this is where counting is taking place.
I love the way you describe it.
So stay glued to your set. If your colleague, your family member, whoever is close to you is not watching Energy, tell them they should log on to Energy on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere, and then enjoy the 2024 elections. I'm still here with my brother. He's the Utu and I'm the Aruba. Then we have Elias Atua, who will probably be doing the shooting at this point. So Kofia Santis in the studio. Jennifer and Yo is also here, and then myself and Ake. We thank you very much for being part of this wonderful program. Kofi,
Yeah, Nana.
what do we have for our viewers at this point?
Well, basically, we have the third press conference of the Electoral Commission, and also how election is actually coming to a close at various polling stations. And further, if you are still in the queue, I must say, you would be allowed to vote. Yes, but if you are now going, then you are out. You have to wait till the next 4 years.
You know one funny thing?
Yeah.
In some few minutes, I was monitoring some of our sister stations, and what I was speaking was 15 minutes to the end of the voting.
Yeah.
That is where some police stations were forming long queues.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
It's amazing. It's obviously would look like probably around 7 or 8, 9 people may still be voting.
Yes.
Yeah, it means sorting and counting would delay, and it could also delay delivery of results, if you ask me. Yes. So if we can now go into what the Electoral Commission third press conference also said. I don't know if our MCR and our production would have that. But in the third press conference, Dr. Sribo Kweku, who is director in charge of training, was addressing with other chairpersons of the Electoral Commission, were helping to address questions from the media persons gathered over there. And I must say, one of the key things that came up was the military and what MPP and NDC have been. Honestly, I haven't heard anything from the camp of the NDC communication department, but I've heard about 3 press conferences since yesterday night, the eve of elections.
Yeah.
I've heard about 3 press conferences. Just after the EC briefing, third briefing, then I had another briefing from the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. So for me, the director of communication for the Bawumia campaign, Miracles, yes, he led the morning session of the media briefing, if I'm right. Then the second for today was led by the General Secretary of the party, Kodia, Justin Kodia Frimpong. So he led the one after the EC's third briefing. So the EC was trying to answer most questions from the journalists, and one of the key ones was voter turnout. Another one was also accusations from the MPP quarters and how social media is engulfed with some viral videos of the officials of the Electoral Commission, how some of them are misconducting themselves. And a couple of other things. I think some few things at Nyangpala where one person is demised, and some few things also at Akwetiman and Kwadaso. Kwadaso in the Ashanti
Akwetiman,
region.
That is where Dukwa,
absolutely,
the former MP for
Ekapim North is, yeah.
Has moved to.
Absolutely. So, if our production is ready, we could look at it, and also we may be picking reports from our reporters on the ground. I think one of them is even ready.
Yeah. From MCR, I think we have a correspondent on the line. Okay, are we ready?
So you can see on your screen sorting, which is underway.
Yes.
Yeah, sorting which ballots are for Baumia, which ballots are for GCPP,
Yes.
the Great Consolidated Popular Party.
Yes.
Which one are for Ikadonko? I'm not sure Ikadonko will get some. And which ones are for Mahama and the rest? You said.
Interestingly, somebody called me this afternoon.
Okay.
Was like, I'm going to vote. Who should I vote for? And I said, who do you think you can vote for? He said, for me.
Catch and say, "Show us a terminal to Aba."
No, she was like, I'm going to vote for Ikadonko. Amazing.
Yeah,
Wow,
I think
really?
I come in contact of one radio station where they had this phone in with their listeners, which one man was like, he promised himself that he's going to vote for the
Ekadonko.
woman, so he would definitely
How would you do that?
Yeah.
You see, I think it all boils down to what people have experienced over the period. They feel we vote for who, will come in with whatever, and at the end of the day, we don't see that.
Yeah.
Because trust me, whether we like it or yes, a lot of Ghanaians has complained about the fact that the regime of Nanado was not the best, but the promises he gave.
Yeah.
And for that matter, they will not vote for either parties, be it NDC or
Or
NPP.
NPP.
Yeah.
And if I know I'm voting for Nana Kwame
Bediako,
who I don't know at this point. I mean, there could be any surprises, but knowing what that Metuma Nukra won't even be the president at this point, then why should I vote? Somebody told me I'm going to vote for all the 12 candidates.
just to spoil the bar.
Yes.
One significant thing that
Who
caught my
does that?
attention in the EC's press conference this afternoon. I mean the third press conference.
the third
The
one.
fourth, they are doing 5 today, election day. They are doing 5 briefings.
Yeah.
Like I told you in the morning session, they did 9, they did 12, and they have done 3. They will do 6, then they will do 9
Yeah.
in the evening. Yes, then they will be done for today. So they are left with the 6, but in the third one, they made mention of us at 2 p.m. They have had a voter turnout of about 50, of above, I want to say, of above 50%. Okay. Now, I have listened to Bryce Simmons and a couple of intelligentials or analysts who watch the polls and watch elections, all right, and do analysis, okay. The fact of the matter is, if we do not cross 69, 70 into 75 thereabout of voter turnout, the statistics and the analysis and the history of voter turnout tells a different story for an incumbent president. So anytime there is low voter turnout, the incumbent party or the incumbent president loses the elections. And as he was saying, they have observed that it will be within 62 thereabouts. And that was the reason I told the General Secretary for the New Patriotic Party was up with a press conference. What he was saying basically was that people should go out and vote.
Yes.
So he was rallying a special call for people to move out.
And do you remember this happened 8 years ago?
Absolutely.
The NDC was doing the same.
Yes. And you realize more people in the voter region 8 years ago we didn't go to vote.
True.
You know, our system here in this country is that if I love MPP, and I think they have not done well.
Yeah.
I don't have the balls to go and say I won't vote for MPP, but I'll vote for NDC.
That's right.
But what they would usually do as the ordinary Ghanaian voter is that men to abakra. So voter turnout to be low,
Sure.
and
Sure.
the incumbent would always suffer for it. And it looks like it's going to be like that this time around.
Of course.
Because as at 2 p.m., you have, it says above 50%. That's what it said. So we are observing.
Yeah. Okay. I think the sorting out is still
Going on.
I don't know if we can speak to a reporter on the field.
Absolutely.
She gives us up to speed what is happening there. Hello. Hello. Yes. But can you tell us what is happening at your end at the moment? Okay. All right. Okay. Can you make this position of more so that we don't get the issues, yes. Okay. Okay. But at the end of the voting, how was the turnout? Did you notice any misfortunes, as in the turnout?
Lower turnout?
Lower turnout.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Sure. Okay. Wow. Wow, okay, that's beautiful. But as you said, we did not have any misunderstandings happening. No NDC, MPP, CPP, whatever members had any fight over there. Okay. Okay. But we had information that it rained in Medina, which voting was disrupted. Did you encounter any raining in the Cape North? Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. Thank you very much. So you can still give us the videos as the sorting out goes on, and we also keep the discussions here in the studios. Thank you very much. So that is our reporter all the way from Ikuapem. Well, currently at Latte Ikuapem, he has given up to speed what is happening on the ground. Now sorting out is going on, and I think after that the counting will take place.
I must say the presidential counting
Yes.
will begin, preceded by the parliamentary.
By the parliamentary.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So you were.
Yes, I must say, I'm just reading from several credible platforms that voter turnout in several parts of our country or across the country is really low.
Very. At a point, I heard a polling station that had over 496. At the end of the day, had about 200 and
That's bad.
votes.
That's very
That
bad.
is meaning the turnout
It's
was
quite low.
very bad.
Yeah, it's quite low. So we are looking forward for a voter register that has a population or members, voter register of about 18 million. So let's wait and see what the outcome would be.
But I think one interesting aspect has been the two world bands of the two bigger parties, the Volta and the Ashanti.
Yeah.
As it stands now, we've not really had any, serious information,
From that side.
trooping in from that side. I don't know if you've gotten any as such.
Well, there's quite a lot happening in the Ashanti region. Koso.
Oh, okay, Boise okay, I was
Vulture.
looking at
Kumasi,
and-
okay.
Yes, because we know most of the time that is where the tension
Yeah.
will come from, but
Yeah.
we don't really hear it.
Not much negativity has actually occasioned from Kumasi, if you ask me. Generally, the election has been peaceful,
Yeah.
very, very peaceful. You see observers like IDEC, CODEO, ECOWAS, EU, and a couple of other. They are all, even the GJA put out some 200 and so observers around.
Yeah.
And everybody is reporting that it's been generally peaceful. And we have also observed that it's been quite peaceful. Some few skirmishes there, Ebeba.
Oh, that one, that's true.
So like I was saying, in the special voting done on or held on 2nd of December, you realize that the voter turnout was around 83%.
Yes.
So if you compare that, if we had 70, 75 for the general polls today, then it could have been a different story, if you ask me. So if special voting can clock a voter turnout of 83% and general election is hovering around 50 and 55, 60, then the incumbent party should sit up, all right? You are on the verge of trouble.
So position their 8 votes. So
Absolutely.
they can break it at the end.
Okay.
You see, it's trouble already. No, that's what I can say, at least for now.
Okay. So you're still here with us on NS News with integrity, giving you up to speed what is happening on the grounds from the elections. Now,
Continuous from, yeah.
what are you also picking from the ground?
Okay, on the Buta region area. I think yesterday there was a news that there are some people, unknown people around Aflao to vote. But as soon as the news break up, they just spread it. So I'm just following the story. And
I
then-
think we had a footage where some number of persons were being
Yeah.
marched. I don't know if that was the area.
Not really. There's people that they come from, I think, Togo to Aflao to vote, which they are not Ghanaians. To vote for, I don't know which.
So what happened to those people? Were they
As soon as the news spread, they just spread.
they went
They don't
Oh, they
don't
found-
find all of them
okay,
now. Yeah.
okay.
So I'm just following the story, following it gradually.
But Kofi, I think with what Na is telling us, with this borderline issues, somebody will tell you, I'm a Ghanaian, I just live a distance, like let's say a step away from the border on the other side.
I sleep in Ghana.
Yeah.
I go to pee in
Let's say
Togo. Okay. Or my shop is in Togo. But I can't, I sleep in, because it's just a line.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So we have to be careful. You have a good point over there, Nana.
I visited Elubo,
Yes.
and that is why I realized how critical these things could be. Because I mean, looking at where I was standing, and I'm told this is Ghana. step
Yeah.
foot
You are in it.
I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah.
So I think that is true. And for now, I don't think we've really had any critical issue coming from the borderlines. Yes, because immigration is also on the ground, making sure
Everything is
things are done well. So we commend the services or our servicemen for that good work being done.
Absolutely.
exactly.
Yes. We know we'll definitely go back to some of our reporters to when they're ready to also give
Yeah.
us up to speed what is going on. But the flashpoints,
Yes, very, very important.
let's look at that.
My very much concern is Kaswa, where there have been some shootings and what have you. Nana, your previous, your current place, right?
Yes. Yes.
I have a question to ask.
Oh, you do have a question.
Yeah. Is it good that a president will go and vote somewhere else whilst he lives here in Accra? Is it proper?
Yes. You see, the president did not come from Accra.
Mm.
I, for one, I live in Accra, but I don't come from Accra.
Okay.
And so, if there's a need for me to go vote in my hometown, why not? And this is the point.
Mm.
It's a way of soliciting for massive votes. Because you being the candidate, if you cherish your people that much and then you come back home to vote, somebody will definitely have that sympathy of voting for you. Hey, the man has even come back home to vote. Why should I be in the house not to go vote for him?
Yeah.
The reason why Mahama has gone back to Damangu to vote, the reason why Baumia has gone back to Wale to vote.
Kufuor-Adutun
I don't
was
know
in
where
Chebi.
Nana Media could vote. I don't know. I know definitely Alan will vote in the Shams region.
Region, yeah.
So it's never a big deal. It's always a good way of doing that.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because you solicit for more votes. Yes. The flashpoints.
Absolutely,
Yes.
Nana.
And you were talking about Kaswa.
Yes, Kaswa.
Honestly speaking, now, you know, I don't live in Kaswa.
Okay.
People misconstrued English amount from to be Kaswa.
Okay.
Today, let me make it clear to our viewers. English amount from Otiano English amount from, which is a Gassaut constituency.
Gassaut.
Yeah, Gassaut constituency.
Which
But they
region?
share
Central.
Greater Accra.
Accra.
Gassaut, Greater
Okay.
Accra. So they share boundary with the central region, which is Kaswa being part of the central region. And that is where there are issues, because if you look at some of the locations or polling stations for should I say Ewutu Senya East,
Okay.
which is Kaswa and its enclaves, where you find some of these polling stations and they tell you this is part of Ewutu Senya East, it's sometimes quite weird, because in those areas you find them to be part of English Amanfo, which is Botiano
Okay.
English Amanfo. So that is why most of the times we find or we get tensions there, because it end up becoming this is my place, this says no, this is my place.
Yeah.
We end up having so many issues. But I believe with the shooting incident that has gone on today around that area, it happened around a place called Opekuma.
Opekuma, okay.
Yes, yes. Which is part of Kaswa proper, or to Senya East proper.
So then we can talk about Kaswa
we
proper.
can talk about
Right. That's very credible. But the Peace Council and the AC and even the police, the Ghana Police Service, all of these institutions have their definition and their hot spots or flash spots
Yes.
as Ghana's election is in concern. You understand? So there's a piece over here, according to the National Peace Council branch in the Central Region, has raised concerns over potential electoral violence in 9 constituencies ahead of Ghana's December 7 elections today. Among the 23 constituencies in the region, these 9 out of 23, 9 have been flagged as hotspots, with Ewutu Senya East emerging as the you mentioned it, absolutely.
That's right.
Ojo Senya East emerging as one of the flash, absolutely, or the topmost flashpoint, emerging as the most critical due to its 42 identified flash points. The constituencies identified include Ewutu Senya East, Ewutu itself, Agona West, Ase North, Ebura, Asaibu, Kwamankese, Cape Coast North, Chefu, Hemang, Lower Dentra, okay, and Upper Dentra, West and East. These are quite serious. And I want to pull the Greater Accra and also the Eastern region for you pretty soon. Okay, I'll pull it for you pretty shortly. And so it's very, very important and very critical that, as a matter of fact, I know the EC has a little over 7,000 flash points. It could be, we have 40,000 polling stations, and they have flagged about a little above 9,000 polling stations as hotspots in the 2020 election. The latest report that came quite recently for the 2024 election states that some places have been reviewed. There are no more flashpoints. So now we have from the 9,000, a little above 9,000, now we have a little above 7,000, which is a considerable reduction, if you ask me.
I think I'll not catch you, but then production is ready with a correspondent on the line for us to talk to. Yeah, hello. Yes, good evening, my brother.
Almost done with the election. We are done with the election, and then we are doing some sorting here.
Okay, which constituency and police station are you at the moment?
I'm at Ningo Pram.
Okay.
Amiam. Yes, Amiam.
Okay.
A health post. Yeah, health post. And the police station code is C291
Okay.
901A.
Okay.
C2 91901A, and we are sorting the presidential ballot papers, and that is what is happening here right now.
All right. So before the end of the voting, did you encounter any other challenges? Did you see any violence, or was everything on point, smooth?
Everything went on smoothly and smoother.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
How was the turnout? I
And
mean,
the good news here is I can see only one security officer here, and he's done a very great job. Yes, he's done a very great job. We have a peaceful. This is where Honorable Sam George casted his vote. This is the place he casted his vote. Yeah, and we had a very peaceful election here today. In fact, I give the credit to the security officer. Yeah.
that's a great one. But was the turnout good? Did the people come out massively to vote?
Yes. They came out in their numbers to vote. Yes, they came out in their numbers to vote.
That's a good one. That's a good one. All right. So what we'll be expecting from you later is when the counting starts. You let us know, and then we pick or we give our viewers what is really happening on the ground. We want to give our viewers, a clear indication that we can make this possible. We are giving them everything directly from our polling stations. So I think you've really done a yeoman's job. That's a good one there.
Okay, and you can see the people around you. The voters are here to see the result, the end of the result. So we will give you anything.
Before that, those around, is it encouraging, or some few people are just out there to witness the counting?
Please come again.
I'm asking that the turnout for the observation of the sorting out and the counting, is it encouraging? The people around who are around to witness the counting, are they enough? Are they encouraging? I think we have some technical issues in the production will look out and then come back. Well, I think counting has started in some of the places. I don't know if production can help us with that for us. Yeah. So, let's go on.
Absolutely. I've got some stories over here, but let's still continue with the flashpoint. And I am learning from Tema that there's a serious low voter turnout over there. So it looks like it's quite general. Yes. Yeah. And there's a story of Sami Jemfi and the NDC accusing the NPP. And it says, NPP smelling defeat, resorting to frivolous accusations. Okay, and that's about some few minutes ago, and it was making references to the Joseph Derry, that EC officer who was tearing some 15 ballot papers without the face of Dr. Bawumia. You understand? Yeah. If I make
allegedly. We also had information that even with the polling station agents, most, EC officials, I should say, were rather coming from the parties.
Yeah. Which is actually not supposed to be so.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so this is a clear indication of, whatever was alleged.
Yes.
How can you take off a candidate, the number one off?
Very, very serious. Very, very bad. You don't do that. If you even hate Bawumia, you don't peel Bawumia's face off the ballot paper. That's quite dangerous. So 2024 election, EC identifies 7,250 flashpoints from 9,644.
Wow.
So there is a reduction recorded in 2020. So the story goes and say credit to the Ghana News Agency. The Electoral Commission says it has identified 7,250 hotspots in the country ahead of the 2024 presidential and parliamentary elections. The figure, the commission, however, said was a decline of the 9,644 flashpoints it identified in the run-up to the 2020 general election. So Nana, I just wanted some few places that they identified. I think there's one for 2016. Okay, right. That's fine. That's fine. So it's quite critical if you have over 7,540 thereabout flash points. It's not easy, but I think the police and the National Election Task Force, they have done a yeoman's job, because with this enormous flashpoints, we have not had numerous or so many violence, chaos as it is. But I think it has been quite smooth. I can hear some counting going on. If we can pay attention to this count, it will help.
Before that,
okay.
Now,
Yeah.
there is an update you have for us, right?
Not really.
135.
Okay. All right, so
136. 137. 138. 139. 140. 141. 142. 143. 144. 145. 146. 147. 148. 149. 150. 151. 152. 153. 154. 155. 156. 157. 158. 159. One,
Well, so we can go over the flashpoints
one,
once they give us the counting.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 6. 1, 2, 7. 1, 2, 8. 1, 2, 9. 170. 171. 172. 173. 174. 175. 176. 177. 178. 179. 18. 181. 182. 183. 184. 185. 186. 187. 188. 189. 191. 190. 192. 194. 195. 196. 197. 198. 199. 201. 203.
Oh, 203. Come on. Eh?
1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. 29. 30. 31. 33. 34. 35. 36. 37. 38. 39. 12. 41. 42. 43. 44. 45. 46. 47. 48. 49. 50. 51. 53. 54. 55.
Yes.
Still see the counting ongoing in the Equity North constituency.
Independent.
So the atmosphere looks very calm.
Very calm.
Yeah. But
Okay.
I see that area is
Okay. Nice.
strong for the MPP. Do you agree with me? I see that to be a stronghold for
Okay.
MPP.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Even Eastern region.
Eastern region,
Yeah,
yes.
that's a strong region for the New Patriotic Party.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have two major strong regions, Ashanti and Eastern. Yeah, and they can use those two regions to win an election,
Yes.
in spite of NDC winning all the 14. You understand? So that's a strong. They are calling for their people to go vote. Now, if the the voter turnout is not that high, that's where the trouble is. But we should also hasten slowly more because, like I told you from our earlier program, it's very important to note that the Electoral Commission opened a lot of polling stations just to reduce the numbers. So we would have to wait to get the appropriate and correct figures from the Electoral Commission to say out of the 18 million or close to 19 million voter population, maybe 16 or 15 or 10 or 8 or 5 million people just went to vote. Then we can not approximate, we can do a percentage of that and appropriate it adequately. We have to be very careful. But so far, all the observer missions and journalists, reporters across board, everybody is reporting low turnout. Like you mentioned, if you have a polling station that have about 400 people to come and vote, and 200 comes in to vote, or 100 and something getting to 200 comes to vote, of course it's a low voter turnout.
At some police stations, I was told they not even called voting at all.
That will be very critical.
I was monitoring on Joy, and they were like, city rather, like some places did not even have voting at all.
As at that time.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
But I'm sure by the close of poll,
Yes.
they might have 1 or 10 or 20 or 100 or.
15 minutes to the end of voting.
The
then
queue-
We see long queues.
Oh.
Yes. You see.
And obviously,
That's Ghana
because
for you.
they are in the queue, you can't say you've ended polls at 5 o'clock. You would have to wait till all of them go through the process and
You
vote.
see, earlier on in our discussion, I raised a concern. I was rather thinking that today be a weekend, a Saturday, even though there could be funerals, weddings, other events.
Nobody will put his or his wedding, funeral, or party,
Exactly.
even birthday celebration on election day.
You understand? And so I was rather expecting
Yeah, more
the
turnout.
voter numbers to
Yeah.
increase, but I mean, that should tell you
Yeah.
Ghanaians, should I say, were not or hasn't been pleased with.
It's just that I am getting indication from Kumasi also that the voter turnout is quite low over there. Yes, I have credible information that the voter turnout is low in Kumasi. So if the stronghold of the ruling New Patriotic Party, Ashanti, and Kumasi being the capital, and voter turnout is quite low in Ashanti, especially in Kumasi, then you have to brace yourself. You have to brace yourself.
For Ashanti region, I think it has to do with the Alan MPP saga.
Okay,
Yes,
that's
because
so possible.
with the earlier information, I think before their primaries, all the Ashantis wanted was to give Alan. I mean, they felt
The
this
flag
was
bearer should.
his time. This was his opportunity to also become the flag bearer.
Of course, they are free. You can vote for Alan if you really want to.
So
Yeah.
that is what is the main cause of such situation.
You know, one thing I hate is one political party couching a region or an area as its World Bank. Yeah, you don't have any price over any human being. Yes, but it's like that even in Florida.
And amazingly, you go to these places, and that is where development is very
Yeah,
bad.
they are in a very deplorable.
Very deplorable,
Yeah, state.
Because, I think somewhere last year, going around the country, you could read. I learned they said this is the World Bank for Part A. Yet, Part A has been in power, and We don't see anything Party A about
Yeah.
or World Bank about that very region.
Yeah.
And I mean, who do you question?
It's
Please, I'm
very-
coming. I think
okay.
in Ningo Pram Pram, they said Baumia, Dr. Baumia got 51, rejected 10. How do you call it? NDC, MPP, PC get 83. It's still ongoing. I think JM got 222.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
222, and they are still counting.
Okay. If you could, if you go through again, these are provisional results.
Yeah.
If you
They are on
if you
live
could
and-
go through
yeah.
again.
I should
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
go
Yes,
through
yes,
again.
yes.
Okay, sure. So rejected ballot is 10, and then MPP.
Akwana Yefeno rejected ballot. No.
Yeah.
They be a onyaba bebre.
So this is the presidential, right?
Of course.
Presidential.
Yeah, that's for presidential.
Ningo Pram Pram, which police station?
Lingo Prom. Wait, let me finish
Get-
and then
get
get it
it
right for you.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, so the counting has started, so just get your ears glued to your television, your radio.
Absolutely.
Stick to NLC.
And share the link. Share the link.
Share the link. Yes, share the link. That's very important. You see, I believe, like you said, we have so many police stations.
Lingo Prom Prom
across-
Presby School.
Oh, Ningo Pram Pram.
Presby School, yeah.
Okay, so give us the figures again.
So number 8, which is on the ballot, got 222 for GM.
Okay.
Dr. Baumia got 51. And then PC got 80. Sorry, a minute, 83.
NDC PC or
MPP PC got 83. Still counting.
Okay.
So we are on the PC
so
side.
They're not done with the NDC counting.
Yes,
That's why-
Yeah,
yes.
you know, presidential would always start.
Of
Yeah.
course.
So when they finish, they do parliamentary.
Yeah.
So I'm
now
sure they
we
are
on
done
the
with presidential.
the parliamentary NDC side.
Does that mean
They are still
the presidential? Does that mean that nobody and the rest didn't get anything?
They are still counting. I don't really know.
No, they will be done with presidential
Yeah,
before they
exactly.
will start the parliamentary.
Yeah.
So
I think they just took the main two. Are we still on?
They should be able to give us. I mean, all
They have to count
Yeah.
all
they
the
need to
12
give us-
presidential candidates
Yeah.
and say who will be a nyai.
And people
And
are
they-
standing there watching them count.
Absolutely.
So they
It's,
can
it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
It's
So
not easy.
I was saying something.
Yes,
with
Nana.
What you said earlier on. I think what people need to be careful about is start jubilating earlier.
Yeah.
Don't
Exactly.
start jubilating in the early days.
Yeah.
Because like someone said, the night is still young. So
Yeah.
if you start jumping now, you might end up laughing at the wrong side of your mouth.
That's true.
So let's rather exercise patience for the counting to end. Then you can confidently say, after counting in my constituency, my presidential candidate got this. Even that one doesn't even give you the opportunity to jubilate over your presidential candidate. For your PC, if he goes in favor of your PC in the constituency in general, you can jubilate for him or her, but not the presidential yet.
Okay, the presidential got 198
For
for NDC. MPP got 83.
Okay. That's just one polling station.
Yeah, just one police station. That's
I want to
Lingo
hear the
Pram
voter
Presby
turnout.
School.
yes,
Okay.
the voter turnout I think is very important. We need to
Get the
voter,
okay.
And that reminds me. So looking at the sports ballot papers or rejected ballot papers, I should say. Adding that to the low turnout, that means it will affect the numbers a lot because already we are not getting the percentage.
Absolutely.
And then we are also encountering some low turnout. It means
You see, one funny thing is that every election, the rejected ballots spirit or person gets a higher number than
even the third was or the third party.
Absolutely. They get a better good number than even apart from this in NPP, the third person or party would be the rejected ballot or spelled ballots.
Could this be some deliberate act or I mean the fact that people do not know how to go about this? Because you and I were attesting the fact that there's been a series of education by the Electoral Commission and even NCCE just to let voters know how to go about casting.
The two suggestions you made are all in place because it could be deliberate. It could also be the fact that people don't know how to just go about it. And for me, I think we should just be of positivity. The fact is that if you go on the ground and you find out those who do not know how to vote even fold and put their ballot papers into the ballot box, it's enormous. Very, very many people don't know. You know, we sit in Accra and think the whole Ghana is Accra. When we speak small English, then we are done. Instead of us to go into the hinterlands, make jingles and voiceovers and go and do public, if you like, lectures in the local language, Dagbani, go and do it there. Let them understand what it means. NCC won't go. EC won't go. It is when it's time for voting that they will do something like they're educating the public. So it's not right. And you don't wait. We have permanent staff of the Electoral Commission.
That's right.
And we have permanent staff of the NCCE. What are you doing? And after 2024, 7th December, today, and when we are able to get our next president and the next members of parliament, what would you do the next 4 years, 2028? What are you going to do? But every month we will pay you.
Of course.
So what are you doing? You have to educate the people. It could be true. Some sinister agenda could be set against people in a specific region just because a political party in power want to undermine or spoil your ballots. Like somebody will say, for example, in the Ashanti region or in the Volta region, which happens to be the strongholds or the World Bank for MPP and NDC, one in power can say, let's find a way to use common water. So in your face, it is water, colorless. But when they hold the paper, you understand, after an hour or two, and when you count it, you will find out that this is actually poisonous. It's an ink, infectious on the paper. And once you have double ink or triple or so many ink infected on the ballot paper, it can't be counted as a valid ballot, correct? So people can deploy that. And I know people who would put something in their hair, and as they are, absolutely, they will just be doing something like this, then they will hold, they are spoiling inside for you. So there could be sinister agenda like that or operations like that. But for me, I just want to be positive and ask the NCCE and the Electoral Commission to do more than they have done.
That's amazing. I think before we lost our reporter, I was about saying we commend the very electoral area for the work being done. You could see the citizens are calmly seated, watching the counting happening.
There's no pressure.
There's no pressure. Work is going on comfortably, and we wish this will happen across board. We wish this will happen across.
Okay, there is this news about the guy who the soldiers beat up. He's at the hospital right away, and I think.
But yes, to that issue, I think I also picked information that after that misunderstanding between
the two.
And then I'm told he's the NDC communications officer for the area. And so after that encounter, there were two people and were rather arrested. And after they had encountered some bruises, they were not taken to the hospital, but rather were taken behind bars.
I'm sure more information will come up.
Yes, until the NDC candidate went there to question the police, the reason for their arrest, because per what we're picking on the ground, the citizens were rather, exercising their franchise for the fact that the military presence around that area, because the information out there is that no military man should go to any polling station. So I think, wow.
So they are
Correct.
two. There's these two people who fought the soldier.
So that's
Fought the
what is on
soldiers,
your
they
screen
also at the
now.
This
hospital right away.
is serious. This is serious. What? Come on. Just go and vote. You see, Mr. Santi, what will you say to that effect? The military, because according to, okay, we are yet to pick intelligence on the ground as to whether they were called by the police to assist them or what, because per the information reaching out from the EC and even the IGP was that the military can only be seen around polling stations when they've been called for assistance.
Absolutely, that's the guidelines. The guide of oppression. So you can see clearly. Let's say a big thank you to TV3 and Media General. So this is Odododio Manche Palace number 1, right, where a male voter sustains head injury over ballot paper scuffle. So you can see it in your shot over there. So yes, that is the dear Manchester Palace number 1. Sorry about that. Ready to fast. They just have to thank the stars because they didn't touch the eye. If they had touched the eye, it would have been quite critical. Alright, so
Yes. Okay. So welcome back. What do you have for us on the grounds now? Okay. Counting. Yes. Okay. Okay. That is NPP. Okay. Okay. So, you said candidate number one, which is the NPP, had 203 votes, NDC 56, and then independent 3. Okay, and then rejected ballots were 5.
We would have to clear the independent part because we have 4 independent
okay,
presidential.
We have 4 independent. So, which of the
Oh, Nana Kwame Bediako had 3. My brother, your guy had 3. Oh.
oh wow. Okay. Okay.
And Alachamati didn't get anything.
So the rest.
Whoa.
Hey, a gap info.
Okay. That is.
Absolutely. You're doing good.
Nice.
You're doing
And then
good.
make sure you also gather that of the parliamentary for us, so you can also give us the figures. Can you hear me? Okay, I think we lost the. All right, so Mr. Santi.
It's quite critical. I told you, my guy. I told you. Okay, too early to jubilate. You know
That's
that.
right, that's right.
Very, very important. The key thing is that this is the stronghold of the New Patriotic Party. This is Eastern region. This is also Mepo also. You understand? And Baumia and MPP is expected to do well.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like going to the Volta region
Yes.
or Central or probably northern part of Ghana, and you don't expect the NDC to get the numbers.
And
It's
I think
serious.
The Sami Eruku factor is also
Playing a key role.
playing a key role there. Yes.
That's true. That's very true.
Wow. So we're still expecting more counting before. No, am I saying before? I mean, till tomorrow here, counting will be going.
Yeah, especially the
Yeah.
presidential.
The presidential.
Parliamentary could end by midnight.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
by midnight, parliamentary could end, and we will know how many people have won what seats in parliament.
Sure.
But I am praying that we will have some independent and other political parties.
Exactly.
Yeah, in parliament.
Exactly. That would be very interesting. But let's look at the independent parliamentary candidates.
Yeah.
The few we can mention, especially those leaving major parties to become independent.
I'm looking forward to the Kwame. I forgot his other name. Kwame, is it Kwame Obeng?
Yes,
Kwame
that's
Asari
A+.
Obeng, A+.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to his constituency.
exactly. When you're busy, yeah, you're busy. That is the slogan.
Oh, that's
Yes,
his slogan.
Yes.
When you're busy,
Say, are you busy?
are you busy?
Yes.
That's lovely.
And I think that is a very important area that we need to look at, because in recent times he's got a lot of issues with the incumbent member of parliament. Anytime they meet the program, it's either the incumbent member is leaving or wouldn't want to even shake hands with A+ at all.
That's why we call it a Janet Shawa.
So they are saying, you understand, very steady or so that is what is on that side. And one funny thing is, A+ has been very strategic. You could,
He knows the game.
yes, you
Yeah.
could realize he's really read the terrain for
Yeah.
quite some time,
Yeah.
and realize that the people, were not getting
What they need.
what they need,
Yeah.
and so coming from nowhere.
He could win it for MPP because, like the Formina constituency, the independent candidates saw that they are trying to lay somebody up to come and contest me. So me, I won't go for the primaries. let the person go, win the MPP primaries. I will go independent. So he didn't contest crap. A plus could win it. He's an staunch MPP guy, you understand? So he could win it for MPP, go and do business with MPP.
Anyway, I mean, fear delegates. I mean, at this point, we can fear members of
You see,
parliament.
one would ask, what would happen for a certain or an incumbent MP who would go into a debate or a discussion with an independent candidate and say, we are finished, I will not shake hands with you. You see, when it is coming, it is doing.
I think that we have same situation at Suhum. You remember the Suhum candidate representing MPP, and the latter part says, no, I'm not representing the party any longer.
Yeah.
I am going independent.
Yeah.
And up to now, I mean, we still want to, or waiting to know what really brought that up.
Uproar, yeah.
Yes,
And I love the brought part.
That's beautiful. So we're looking at this if it's also going to.
So it's quite important to look at the MPP in the Ashanti region once again, if you permit me. There are about 22 independent candidates in the Ashanti region, the stronghold of the MPP. Very, very critical. Okay. You know, Cynthia Mamle Morrison,
Yes.
she is not part of this, the Ashanti region I'm talking about. But, you know, the havoc she and two or so others have caused, whereby Parliament has been more or less
Government or under pressure.
yeah, I'm searching for the right word. Okay, adjourned indefinitely, but there's a French word the speaker used. It has been adjourned sine die or so. Yeah, but the key thing is that there is 22 independent candidates in the Ashanti. How can MPP protect its stronghold? That's serious.
That's serious.
That's very, very serious.
Yes.
Minia, that's very, very serious. Under the chairmanship of Chairman Wontumi. Chairman Wontumi,
No, you see, with Chairman to me, he's a chairman who goes to the station and say, this is money.
Real gold.
This is money, this is real gold. And all that. See, I don't know how to put this chairmanship position. He is the raw type of chairman.
What do you mean by the raw type of chairman?
Which will let you feel without MPP, Ghana is nothing.
Because say a promise on crowd or niso.
Without MPP, the Ashanti region is nothing or whatever. And I believe at this point, his own people are tired of that. Because one, they did not get their preferred candidate, which is Alan. And then at the end of the day, Alan says, listen, I'm moving out. So instead of you to get a proper strategy to tell your people, listen.
They were tearing Alan's pictures from their party head office, insulting Alan and doing so many things. Let me run through with you some of the constituencies we have for the independent candidates. These independent candidates are coming from key stronghold constituents of the New Patriotic Party, with most of them being members of the party. Please listen. In the Ejeso, that's critical, very strong. Ejeso, Minia, and the Efija Kwabre constituencies. 3 independent candidates each have emerged, and 2 in the Achima Nwabieja North. Minia. Other constituencies include Obuasi West and East, Bekwai.
Bekwai, of all places.
Almighty Bekwai. Odotobri is here.
Yes.
Old Tafu is also here. Subing is here. Oforikrom is here. And Asawase. Asawase is okay, it's fine. Asawase is for NDC.
NDC, yes.
Yeah, so if there is an independent candidate, it is just a model to break the power of the NDC over there. Kwabre East is there. Asante Akim Central is here. Asante Akim North is here. Mampong. Hey! Efidiase. Asokore. And in Suta.
The late the former, the deputy minister for finance.
Yes.
That is his constituency.
Or the Nidin Baba.
Looking at
And Suta Kwamang Beposo. They are all here. So essentially about 22 key stronghold areas in the Ashanti region. This is quite disastrous, if you ask me.
Yeah, of course. But do you foresee? Oh wow! I think we have a video to show to our viewers. I mean, somebody.
The gentleman is in the hospital now.
Yeah, there are two.
Yes.
There are two.
Come on.
How can you fight a military man? How can you do that? Look at the two of them.
I was
They
saying-
beat them. This guy is not even.
You reckon the music they are playing, right? Nyana makopa me waza. Nyamu pebia, monfanya me. Hey! Oni so jere kokon. Wasa abofra oni nana to abene so. I say, who be this guy? Let's obey the G. Ajay. Aba. That's quite critical. If you ask me, hey, I think I born to mama was only as someone yare. And it's serious.
Trying to get it from them.
I was building a point. I'm asking that looking at the Ashanti region where we have a lot,
22 of them.
22 of the independent candidates, representing different constituencies. Do you foresee any of this independent? I mean, causing?
Oh, they will. They will. Charlie, a single vote is even crucial, very important. So they will cause some havoc in the Ashanti region.
And what amazing thing is, I don't know how many candidates, independent candidates, represent one constituency. At the end, they go come together and say, "Hey, I want to support you with my vote."
That's true.
Go.
Yeah.
And that will cost a lot.
And the total independent candidates in the 2024 parliamentary election that we are having today, it's 801. Like independent candidates are about to a year to parliament, you know.
Yes.
We know presidential is 4. Put that one aside.
Okay.
Parliamentary, 801. No, independent.
Okay, yeah, the independent 4. That's
Yes.
Sorry.
So independent for parliamentary is 801. My brother. And I have some few numbers to share with you. From the greater Accra region, we have Botiano English Amanfrom. Okay.
Yes. That is where I live.
Yes. So you have the MPP guy called Sly Tete and Felix Akwete for NDC, and there is an independent candidate, Frank Mensah.
Wow.
Yes, there. So when you go to Domiabra, is it Domiabra?
Yeah, Domiabra. That is after
Domiabra, boom.
Boom.
Boom. Okay. I'm sorry for the name. I'm crucifying the name. Obom Domiabra. So we have MPP NDC here. Our interest is the independent candidate. Okay, so we have the independent candidate over here. I'm checking for you. That is Ofori Eric Kweku. Okay. So they are here plenty. 801. Yes. And they are here. That's a very huge one. Nana, they are here. this is Greater Accra. I can move on to Eastern Region. Eastern Region. I want to check out my area. That's a Siojamai. I don't know if a Siojamai is featuring with this independent candidates thing. Yeah, but I'm not sure I've seen a Siojamai. Akwatia, Ebrem, Ebuakwa South, Etiwa East, Fantiakwa North, Fantiakwa South, Nkoko, Mpraeso, Abetifi. I'm telling you, Minia.
Do you know those areas are also a strong
But
word
all those
Of the MPP.
because that's the Axiom enclave.
Yes. I don't know. Volta region, they are here. Plenty. Volta region, plenty. Volta region, hey,
Then
59.
Easy has made money.
Okay, so for Volta region, we have other political parties featuring as part of independent candidate. So we have NDC candidate, MPP candidate, and we have LPG. This is Afajato South. Ohoi, we have NDC, MPP, and NDP.
NDP.
So these are parties, though,
Yeah, sure,
but they are
Obviously,
probably they are
yeah,
sure
yeah.
first time, etc. 801. That's it.
What could really cost you this?
When you are not strategic enough. In the morning I spoke to the RSM thing. If you're a political party and you don't pay much attention to your strategy and your system, you would crash your party. And I do not want to predict doom for any political party, but it looks like one of the two major political parties are going to crash. Yes.
But I think that should we have at least between 2 and 5 independent parliamentary members in parliament, country business
You will be fine. You can predict that. Yes, I can also see between 2 and 5 candidates from independent and other political parties.
Sure.
I am praying for LPG Akpalu. He's a noble guy. I wish his party would win a seat and get to parliament. That's what I'm praying for.
For me, I believe that Akpalu should have a seat in parliament. He will definitely,
He'll do it.
enjoy one side of them.
Oh, okay. Yes.
But I'm just hoping that the quiet thing don't happen again.
Yeah.
Where you win, you see, I was really happy we had one independent as a thing.
Yeah.
Because you realize it was a tight situation as the last 4 years looking at the parliamentary seats. Because that one independent would have made a huge difference in this country.
Yeah.
But what did we see? It's
Nothing.
rather went the other way around.
The other way around, yeah.
Which shouldn't happen. So we are still here. We're still here discussing and bringing up to speed what is happening on the ground so far as 2024 December 7th elections are concerned. As we speak, counting is ongoing. Presidential counting is ongoing. So I know when they are done with the presidential from the various polling stations, then they will come to the parliamentary. So far, we've had some few figures coming out. But like my brother said, we are expecting more of this to come in the mid of the night. Yes, because the numbers will go up. And let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Being a woman, the population, the women are the ones taking over. Your numbers are very high compared to that of the men.
Yeah.
Don't you think it would have been appropriate should all the women went to the polls to vote? At least that would let us see some everything out. Because I'm not
And okay.
and yeah, I'm not sure to get you.
Almost at my door to say, idea, but in other way wrong, I think say yeah we young kasano. Kofu ebreche can say nyadi o me Bible ntin our baby. Abetu aba kakro ye fem nti. Nemu se menu mienu yakwa akwoto aba no. Se na ekoba ne se aba na nso. Ne yesa akọ second a o be den. Ese oba e still on na be pia wa ma wa ba be den. Abetu ne etumi ni ansa anko biom ana meboa. Enti no me I urge you na say next time, you know, when there is time for voting, we should all come out and vote. We should all come out and vote. Because at the end of the day, vote in your power. You understand? Vote in your power. I'll urge all of us, next time we should go out and vote because women, in your crown, man, your crown, mine.
Okay. I think in the next 5 minutes we'll have to go Yes. So like I rightly said, yes, we can commercial break. Or we break for
The minion, I mean, because
yes, we'll go